Hey, girl. Hey.
Oh my God. Hey, we're
We're
back.
back. Dear listeners, I would like to apologize.
Mm-hmm.
It was mostly me.
A little me for a
It was a
couple
little
weeks.
you too. So let's do the short version here. Oh, you know what? Let me hit record on this too, so that
Mm-hmm.
we don't start recording. There we go. Let's start that.
Oh my God. Do you have Tubi, by the way?
I do have Tubi,
Please, by all means,
by all
go
means.
watch. Go watch because I didn't know it was on there till last night.
Okay.
The Angelian story is on Tubi.
Anyway, dear listeners, I have to apologize for that too. But I would like to apologize. This past month has been Maim went to Hawaii.
Mm-hmm.
While Maim was in Hawaii, I found out that my company may or may not be having some reductions. I
Mm-hmm.
found out just for this recording that I'm safe for a while, so I'm good with that. But like, it has been, as I was telling Maim just a minute ago, I was sitting there and I was in the fetal position for about 4 weeks, drinking mommy's milk, which is vodka straight. And so, I kid, and alcohol is never a solution until it is. Um, oh God. Oh God! So, Maim,
Yeah.
how was Hawaii?
Hawaii was cool. I met a lot of in-laws because,
Uh
dear listeners, my husband is half Chinese Hawaiian, so I met a
huh.
lot of in-laws. It was really nice. The food was good. I got pneumonia. It was a lot of lot of sunlight, lot of outdoorsy things.
Ooh,
Yeah,
Maim
it was good.
loves the outdoors, dear
You,
listeners.
you know how much I love the outdoors. One of the outdoors activities involved getting in water at 8 o'clock in the morning, which you know how much I love the cold. Also, and that water was not
Wait,
so
hold on here.
warm.
Hold on. So the snorkeling you went on was
Yes.
an 8 o'clock in the morning snorkel?
So
Mm,
there's a very popular spot
I'm
in
sure there is.
Oahu,
Mm-hmm.
and you had to register to get inside of the park. So we had to be at the park at 7.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you got in line, they had to let you in. So I think it was about maybe a little bit later, maybe like 8:15.
Mm-hmm.
And we went down, we got all of our stuff, everything, and my husband wanted to go ahead and get in the water at 8:30. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, I guess I'll need a wetsuit because I went and put my feet in the water and it was cold, and so I went and got a wetsuit, which did help. It did help. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it started that early. It was early, and
Well,
yeah.
girl, I don't know if you know this. Meliki Liki Maka is the thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day. It's the island greeting that I said to you from the land where palm trees sway. It's my favorite Bing Crosby song.
So yeah, but it was good. I was good.
I'm
I
glad.
had a
I'm
I
glad
thought
you.
about you because
Oh, I'm glad. Just
you're
once.
no lots of times,
Okay,
honestly. But you were picking at me about the food, and I had a 12-course Chinese traditional dinner.
I saw that.
You saw that, and
Were there chicken
I
feet?
no, there weren't chicken feet. There were some other things.
Were there organs?
Um, I think there were organs of some in the duck. I think there was some organ meat.
Okay, cool.
But I was really surprised, like how they eat that much food. The family they just kept on eating, and I was like, I feel like course 4. I was like, I don't know how this is happening. Like, how are you all still doing this? Because this is an enormous amount
Because
of
they're also
food.
drinking a lot too.
Nobody was drinking.
Are you sure?
It was just water.
Oh,
Water and tea. Yeah,
that's
water and tea.
that's that's not necessarily normal for a Chinese gathering?
I don't know. Well, that's water and tea. Well, they're remember a lot of that family's Mormon, so a
Oh
lot of
yeah,
them,
no alcohol for them. No
yeah, they
alcohol
don't
for
do
them.
alcohol.
Yeah.
So it was but it was really nice. It was nice to get like a better understanding of my spouse and like because a lot of them were very similar to him, which was really weird to see like a bunch of people that were similar.
Did
And
your husband grow up Mormon?
no,
Okay.
this is like once. Remember, my husband's father is one of 13.
Yeah.
So the Mormon sect, from my understanding, stems from like one specific sibling.
Okay.
But that specific sibling had lots of children who then had lots of children. So they make up a big chunk of the family. So that was
Okay,
who was a lot of those people were there. So
Gotcha.
it's super nice. Even the Mormon folks, right? Nobody was like weird or any kind of like there's no kind of like gay hate stuff or anything like it was all very, very family. So it was good.
Now I've got a question. Can you use chopsticks?
Yeah.
Well,
Mhm.
okay, I didn't know. Like I don't think I've ever been in an instance with you where using chopsticks. I think the last time we had Chinese food was
Well, I didn't learn until like I was like an adult. Like
Okay.
I didn't learn. Yeah, because I mean, it wasn't actually my relationship. It was one of my friends before then.
Okay.
He liked to go to like a sushi place a lot,
Mhm.
and I was just like, oh, let me try to figure this out. And so
Yeah.
after a while, I finally got it down.
So there's kind of two ways to use chopsticks. There's the down at the bottom where the Japanese people do, and then the Chinese way, which is up the very top.
Yeah, I do the Chinese way.
I do
guess
too.
because of
And if you ever watch NHK, they do like a little, which is, dear listeners, it's the Japanese.
It's the best.
It's the Japanese like national channel.
I love it.
They have a little like cartoon about how to use chopsticks and the rude things to do with chopsticks. You should never point with chopsticks. You should never do this with chopsticks. You should never speak loudly with chopsticks. This, and this. And dear listeners, it's all a racism against Chinese people. It is because it is how they use chopsticks, like the pointing and the grabbing of the food from the middle with the chopsticks and all of that. It's all very it's
xenophobic.
Xenophobic.
Speaking of chopsticks and what not to do with them, have you seen that show on Netflix where they talk to like it's like I think it's Korean, but Korean or Japanese, but they talk to like Korean and Japanese like porn stars and things like that?
No, but I do have a TV show for you to watch. Do you ever watch Korean drama, K-drama?
Yes.
Okay, it's one called The Glory Girl. Not whole. It's about a woman who went to a prestigious elementary school or high school.
Okay.
And these rich ass kids abused her because they're that rich. Like I'm talking burning iron to her legs.
Oh, like that kind of abuse.
She gets kicked out of the school, forcibly kicked out of the school, makes her way back, and this is all in the first episode. So makes her way back, becomes a teacher back at that same school, all to get revenge on those rich kids.
Oh wow!
We are, I think, 5 episodes in, and it is the best slow burn. Like it is so good.
Okay then. Well, I'll be watching that. I'll watch that. Yeah. That sounds good.
And are you caught up with RuPaul?
The UK one?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
good.
I am.
Good.
Oh wait, am I? No, I'm not actually. We're one episode behind.
Girl, speaking of not being caught up, did you know that we have a Patreon?
What?
Dear listeners, if you go to patreon.com, Mims and Maim, you can throw us some money.
Oh, that's right. I had to mention something to you that I forgot to mention just now.
What did you have to mention?
We had a Patreon request for an episode from a patron.
From Big Sister Maim.
Yes.
Girl, you sent that to me, and if you would tell her to respond to the comment on Patreon, that is the proper way to do it. She does not get special treatment.
Honey, let me explain how driven she was by this. So she didn't call just like at a bad time. She called in the middle of Black Market like in the middle of Black Market. And then I was like, because that's not normal, right? So I was like, let me go outside. Like, what's happening right now? You don't normally call. I couldn't get her. So then I got really worried because I was like, you know me. I'm already at the ready. I'm like, I got to get in my car and drive 12 hours. Like, what's happening? And then she sent this message. She sent a voicemail over and is talking about this thing. I'm like, are you crazy right now? Do you know our family's crazy? We have a senior citizen mother. You can't be doing that kind of mess. Just text it to me. If y'all don't know, by the way, y'all don't know, by the way, in the South, you can't just call somebody when you don't normally call them out of the blue when you have a senior citizen parent, because
that's true. Girl,
we crazy.
You can't even say senior citizen parent just anytime. Hey, Maim, did you know that we have another podcast?
Say what?
That's right, Maim. We have You Slay Me, our Murder She Wrote podcast, and Maim. Alert.
Is there news? Is there news?
There's news. We are starting another podcast to replace we object. It's called Over the Moon. And it is a moonlighting podcast, dear listeners. I will say, my husband, how you knew that we are perfect for each other, Maim? How you knew?
Yes.
After watching the first episode, he's like, I am so excited to see more episodes. And I was like, oh, why? Well, it's not for Bruce Willis. It's definitely for Sybil Shepherd. I'm like, and so I will say, I have never really been attracted to Bruce Willis ever. I
don't think I've never been attracted to him, but I've always enjoyed him as an actor.
He looks too much like Billy Joel for me to ever find him attractive. Yeah, look it up.
Interesting.
Yeah, they both have that I'm not balding haircut.
That widow's deep peak.
Just accept it that you're going to have a hair island in a couple months. Hey, babe.
Hair island.
Have you never heard that?
No.
Oh yeah. I actually stole that from a couple of soccer podcasters who are like, they sing Hair Island whenever certain managers come out with their little tiny fifths.
I like that though. That's nice.
Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that we have merchandise?
What?
If you go to MrMahaffey.com, you can buy something.
Oh. Yeah, please buy something, everyone.
Please buy something. And Maim, do you know what I love?
You know what I love? A delicious 5-star review.
That's right, dear listeners. I love a 5-star review. And since we've been, absent for a while, let's see if we have a new one. No. Well, dear listeners,
do we have at least did anybody messenger us or anything like that?
I mean, not recently, not anything that I haven't shared with you. We'll deal with that later.
We'll solicit.
This is season 5, episode 5, The Bachelor Auction.
I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. I'm Julia Sugarbakers. And that's Marjorie. Just so you will know, and your children will someday know, is the night the light went out in Georgia. The light went out, the light went out, the light went out, the light went out. And that is the night the light went out in Georgia.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Well, now you do.
Yes, I forgot. This is one of my favorite episodes in the whole series. It has nothing to do with any of the girls.
Well, maybe you should save that for the end when we do our little wrap up.
Okay, I like rapping.
Girl, don't start a racism right now.
How is that a racism? I'm half black.
Ow, it just feels like it hearing you talk. So we're at Sugarbakers.
I can't pretend like it's not true. Okay.
And Mary Jo's trying to cancel a magazine. Girl, do you remember when you would accidentally start up a magazine and they just would not stop.
Maybe.
Can't stop, won't stop. Like if you did the Publishers Clearinghouse thing and you put the too many stickers on and they just would not stop sending you magazines.
I did that once. My dad was not happy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He was not. For some reason, I really wanted Time magazine. I don't know why.
Oh, Time it's a great magazine. We got Time for years.
Yeah, but I was like 11.
Girl, we got it at my grandparents' house. We got Time. We got McCall's.
Come on, McCall's.
And we got, because my aunt, Bird Talk.
Oh, I used to love looking at those at the bookstore.
Yeah, they're fun.
They were fun. Those birds look so quirky.
They do, don't they?
Speaking of animals, oh my God.
My nose itching.
I ran into a golden retriever last night. And
is it still alive?
No, I made it sound like he was a human. But he wasn't. Oh my God. I was so overwhelmed. This sounds so stupid. I was so overwhelmed with like golden retriever love and hugging on him and him responding to the hugging and everything. It made me tear up.
Maybe you're a furry now. So Mary Jo doesn't put up with shit anymore. She's like starting to like really talk back to people. She went on a date with a rich person girl.
Oh.
And like he was kind of an asshole talking about how much money he has.
They usually do.
And like talk about how much his Rolex cost and like et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And she was like, and then it was the end of the night and we were standing outside and you know what that means. And Charlie was like, tongue time. And everybody was agog and aghast except for Suzanne.
I guess Charlene's back in the office now, so that computer thing must have not worked.
I mean, it lasted, 2 episodes in season 5? Girl, you know, with the linearity of these episodes, it probably again later, it will come back and like be.
It's just like, oh, I guess. As soon as I was like, oh, it's as if all of that never happened. In fact, there was no computer on the desk in the office.
Yeah, no. Well, you see, they just, what they did was they laid a line all the way from the office to Charlene's house. So she could use the computer at the house, but not at the office. Because I don't know how else she would have worked on this back in the day. That's like that first episode of Moonlighting when he's looking things up on the computer. Girl, what you looking up on that computer? So then Charlene's like, I don't know why rich guys think they can act like that. And Suzanne's like, because they can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's how.
Well, we find out that Suzanne's trying to get in at the Beaumont Driving Club
again,
and she's helping them with the new like charity event.
Okay, what kind of charity event is it going to be?
It's a bachelor auction, and Anthony is going to be one of the bachelors, girl.
Oh, okay. That seems weird.
Yeah, I know. We'd be less surprised if it was a drag brunch.
Oh, that would have been a great episode. How much more controversial and like forward thinking would that would have been in 1990, right?
I mean, it's already a little bit controversial and forward thinking because they have a black man at a country club auction.
Isn't Anthony still a member of the Beaumont, or did he resign? I can't remember. Wasn't there like I couldn't remember if he resigned from the Beaumont at the end.
No, he didn't. He didn't.
Okay, so he's still a member.
That's right. He's a member of the Beaumont.
Diversity hire. Or diversity
just like Condoleezza Rice.
I'm gonna leave that alone.
You know.
I'm gonna leave it alone.
I have something to say that's very rude.
Yes.
Her and Rachel Dolezal are the only 2 black people who sound whiter than you.
At least I'm like a bit white from my dad's side of my
Did you
family.
not catch what I said?
I did.
Did you not hear who the second one was?
No, I did.
It's okay. I'll delete that out.
No, you don't have to delete it out.
Okay, good.
Don't delete anything out. This is all stream of consciousness.
Ah, God. So Julia's like, Anthony, do you want to be used for your body? And he's like, yes.
There you go. Come on, Anthony. You better feel empowered.
Mm-hmm.
You are a strong, independent woman.
You is strong. You is kind. dear listeners, if you'd ever seen The Help, it's about a white woman who solves racism.
I love the fact that what makes that like 1,000 times funnier now is like now that Viola Davis like, I regret making that movie.
Did she say that? She got an Oscar nod for it. Like,
I get it,
Oscar
but she's
nom.
like, in retrospect, I regret making that movie.
You know what? I think she just regrets that she didn't take Octavia Spencer's role. Because Octavia Spencer, I'm sure, doesn't regret doing it.
I think for her, I think it's less that she regrets the role. I think she regrets the role in that it's such a misunderstood role at this point that it's like, if I saw the script back then, if you just think about it from a script perspective, yeah, it's a good part. But now, in hindsight, every young white woman.
Well, also, she plays it very boringly. Like Viola, she's
very austere.
Do you know who she reminds me of?
No, who?
My 7th grade. Did you have her for science?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you knew exactly what I meant whenever I said that.
As soon as you said 7th grade, I was like, oh, Lord. Lord.
The teacher who got me interested in science most of all. Like, that woman.
She was everything.
She was everything. She was
Oh,
everything.
my God, yes.
Yeah. I wonder if she's still alive.
I was just thinking the same thing. I'm like, she wasn't young when we had her.
No, but at that time, because everybody at that time, she could been anywhere between 25 and 72, because
that's true.
All like 20 to 70-year-olds look the same, white,
That's
black,
true.
whatever.
She did not have no wrinkles, no nothing.
No.
Mm-mm.
But I think she'd been there for a while. Like, I think she had to have been there for a while. She had, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because she taught my brothers.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Then, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm like, yeah.
So we're at the hotel. You know, that hotel that they use.
That one hotel that they always use that set for.
And the ladies are checking out the Mimses, especially Mary Jo.
Somebody is hot under the collar.
She's like, we've got money. We could just bid on whoever we want to. We're successful.
Now, the first thing I thought when she said all that was, y'all got money now? Because y'all ain't never got money.
Yeah, they did in this episode.
Especially Mary Jo. She ain't never got no money.
I know, right?
I'm like, you got hooker money now, honey? Okay.
She didn't want to bid on the first one because he had a little bit of a gut.
Which he didn't.
But we find out, but he was only like 30.
32 and bitter that he didn't make the PGA Tour.
Yeah, but let's just say that, as I was just saying, people who were in their 30s at that time look somewhere between, because this was when we were 10 years old.
Oh, yeah, no, when I looked at him, I was like, 32? What?
Yeah. We also find out that Mary Jo had a daiquiri.
Oh, okay, that'll do it. That'll do it. That one daiquiri. That'll do it.
Speaking of that, so was the new Schnitzel house good?
Oh my God.
Okay.
The food was delicious.
Okay, good to know.
And I tried mine. I tried our friend that was visiting from out of town, and I tried a little bit of my husband's. All of it.
Okay.
Everything was delicious. So yeah, we're going.
Okay, good.
Mm-hmm,
Good.
mm-hmm.
Is it in Miami?
It is in Miami, yeah.
Oh goodness, girl!
It's like a block away from not a block. It's like just a couple of miles from the theater. Actually, I didn't know until I got there. I was like, oh, like that's funny. I was like, well, we should. So I'm actually gonna be like, oh, maybe we should do like a little cross promotion, right? Like we'll reach out to the restaurant and be like, hey, so because they're open late night, which is like actually that'll be perfect. If you think about like bring in your ticket stub or bring in something from the theater and get maybe like a discount or something like that.
Yeah. Who doesn't love a discount?
Who doesn't love a discount, communist?
We also learned it's impossible to like fake signal at this auction to try to get things. You know how the comedy is always.
That's true. I have a nervous tick and I've just spent $1 million. Yeah. That's happened to me before.
I know. I was there.
Just the nervous tick.
I didn't say which part.
Just the nervous tick
Oh.
part.
So Anthony pokes his head around and calls Julia over.
When he did that, I hollered so loud because I forgot.
Uh-huh.
Like, I remembered this episode, but I also forgot a lot of this episode. So when that happened, I was done. I was like, oh, I remember this now.
So Julia goes backstage, and he's in a Village People construction outfit.
Yes,
Like,
literally.
Except the pants are a little bit long, like the cutoffs are a little long.
Yeah, you don't see the bottom of his ass cheeks.
And did you notice the big buff man in the background? In that,
How you gonna ask me that question? You already know. I was scoping out the entire room. I got one glimpse of Anthony, and then my eye was scanning the room. Like, is there anybody 80s and 90s hot in here? Anybody at all?
So there was the buff man and the cowboy. That cowboy.
And the cowboy was actually handsome in the face. He really was. Like, he was even like modern handsome.
So we find out that the women are all drunk on lemon daiquiris because they had 2 for $1 at a bar previous to this. They all like just got drunk on lemon daiquiris.
But it's not even like a gay bar. They're not even that strong. Like,
Girl,
you know,
a true daiquiri. Do you know what a true daiquiri is?
I do, but we're talking about like a ladies' brunch in Atlanta.
I'm pretty.
You think they were lit?
I think it was like a classic daiquiri because these are rich women.
Oh, that's true.
I think it was white rum, lemon juice, a little simple syrup shaken, and that's it.
Yeah. Now that
But
you said, I forgot about the rich white lady part.
Yeah,
You're
because
right.
they can drink.
Yeah. Here's to the ladies to lunch. Everybody laugh.
I like making my daiquiri with plantation 5-year rum, which is
Because you racist?
no.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if. Hopefully, they don't have slaves at that place.
At that plantation.
Like it, I think it's Jamaican rum. I don't know.
I think it's just one of those wedding venue plantations. I don't think they have actual slaves.
Girl, so I went to a wedding for one of my coworkers, and it was a very nice wedding. And when she told me, like, she's very country, I was like, oh no, she's gonna have it at a plantation. Oh no, she's gonna have it at a plantation. Oh no. Luckily, she picked a brewery that was in a big, huge field that was probably used to be a plantation, but it was not called plantation.
Not like the city I live in.
Which is named plantation because it's just big flat land.
It was named Plantation because it was based off of the original housing development in this area, which was called Plantation Acres. And that's
What? So I've got a question. Were
Like
the red line black homes nearby called slave quarters? Is that what it was?
Oh, you mean Lauderhill that's next to us? I hadn't thought of all of that before, but now that you've said that, it's like, yeah.
Anthony asked Julia to prevent Lenora Fallcraft.
What a name!
What
I
a
loved her in
name.
Harry Potter. She was amazing.
Girl, we don't talk about Harry Potter anymore
We don't talk about Potter no,
because you know what J.K. Rowling's newest thing is, right?
She has a new thing. Now what?
That trans people are rapists. Period.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah, it was they could rape your people to now trans people are planning to rape people.
Dear listeners, I'm going to tell you a little secret here, just so you all know this. I have a lot of trans friends, a lot of them down here in South Florida, and I'm going to let you in on a little secret. They don't care about you at all. They're literally just trying to live their authentic life, and most of them avoid cis people altogether. You're like the plague to most of them. So just as a FYI, F you, J.K. Rowling. Just, ugh.
So my husband says he's going to start misgendering her because she, in one of her like rants, actually said something like, if I had to do it again, I would consider transitioning because I hated being a woman. So she's like, she calls her him now, just over and over again. Like he did it for an entire conversation about him. So maybe that's how we get him back, as we start misgendering J.K. Rowling.
Love it. Mm-hmm. I love it. Yeah. So yeah, just F you. I can't with that woman.
So a woman, the backstage woman, tells Julia not to touch the merchandise after a cowboy goes up and says, "Howdy," and so Julia goes back outside, and we find Mary Jo trying to bid on the buff dude,
the lifeguard,
who was 80s hot.
He was 80s hot. He was a little short, but he was 80s hot. Like,
I mean, yeah,
it was because I don't think Baywatch was on yet, so it was almost like when you looked at him, you were kind of like, "Is this what they had in mind?" Because he had even the exact same uniform, which made no sense because they weren't in California. So it was like, why is he dressed like a California lifeguard? But yeah, I mean,
yeah, lifeguards at Myrtle Beach never dress like that.
Yeah, that's not all the beaches over here, Virginia Beach, no lifeguards dress like that. So,
I mean, hell, Myrtle Beach, you were lucky to have a lifeguard.
Where's the lifeguard? I'm drowning. I'll be there in a minute.
As she smokes her cigarette and slowly walks out.
Give me a minute. I'm still eating my soft shell crab sandwich. Hold on.
Has a Coors Light in her other hand.
I gotta put this down somewhere.
Misty hanging out her mouth, ashing as she's walking. Yeah,
I would put it in the lifeguard stand, but Debbie's up there doing the deed, so...
Oh God! So Anthony's here, and he walks out like a beauty model.
Yeah.
We find out that Anthony loves polo, baccarat, and collecting Confederate memorabilia.
I'm sorry, what?
Suzanne's like, I filled out the card for him. So a bidding war starts for Anthony, and Julia's like, he's got a flat head, and his ass is huge. And Lenora keeps upbidding, and then Julia outbids her. Lenora's like, I thought you said he had a huge ass. I like him big.
Yeah. Anthony doesn't even have a big butt.
No.
I was sad. I was like, oh.
The bidding war goes up to $300, and Suzanne's very upset because she thought that he would get at least $500. Sold American.
Oh no, Suzanne, what did you do?
So we're back at Sugar Baker's.
Okay.
And Charlene's like, you finally bought Anthony.
Which was perfect.
It was. And Mary Jo is like, you're going on a date. You're going on a date.
Which I wish she didn't do that part.
Yeah.
It was funny enough, but it's also like, what do you call it? Like, the joke was already there. Now you're just like beating it to death.
Yeah. Suzanne does not want to go on this date.
Despite the fact that she has spent many, many evenings with Anthony.
Many, many evenings. She's thinking about getting Roseanne Barr disease.
Oh, so
she's going to turn into a racist macadamia nut farmer is what's going to happen.
It's like that means something very different in modern times now. Jeez.
And like no one else, they all clarified, no one else would mind going out with Anthony. Except, they're all in various stages of dating. But Suzanne's worried about after dinner.
Oh, what happens after dinner?
Boom, chicka, wow, wow.
Oh, wow. I thought it was dessert, and that was all. I did not realize that was part of the date. That lady did not cover that during her speech about everything.
So Julia's going to go over to Suzanne's and sit there with her and ease her mind a little bit until Anthony shows up.
Like a proper escort. Proper. Beautiful.
She also takes Venmo like a proper escort.
It's getting hard to find those Venmo escorts lately. They're all on that Zelle.
Which makes no sense because Zelle has more of like a...
I know.
Like if...
For under the table stuff, I don't understand when people talk about Zelle. I'm like, guys, Zelle is bank to bank.
Right. Yeah. Zelle is the most. Zelle and PayPal are the most like out in the open thing.
Like, I don't mind because I pay my taxes on my drag
Uh-huh.
stuff. But sometimes I look at some of these other people, I'm like, really? Like, okay.
Yeah,
all
no,
right.
no. Venmo, Cash App. Cash App's even sketchier. I had one of my friends, she uses Cash App whenever she does braids sometimes. She's like, I had to stop because they could take that money back. And
They can't. Cash App is gangster.
She's like, I ain't doing that shit again.
Cash App is gangster. It really is.
Oh, God. So we're at Suzanne's, and Suzanne refuses to get dressed. For like,
She gonna be naked for Anthony?
no,
Okay.
she's wearing a robe and her hair's kind of messed up.
Oh, okay.
And Julia's incensed with her. Like, she's like, you have one of the best chefs in Atlanta here cooking for you, and you are going to treat Anthony like this. That is shitty. Shitty. And Suzanne says something like, it's, I don't care. It is what it is. And so Julia just leaves.
Yeah. You know what, though? I'll be honest. Suzanne with messy bed hair was actually nice.
It was. And I like how Suzanne is, coming to grips with the fact she actually likes Anthony.
If this show is made now, they would be a couple.
Yeah. Do you think Linda Bloodworth Thompson ever approaches us again? No.
Yeah.
So Anthony comes in a tux, hands her flowers, hands her chocolates, and brings out a bagel as like, this is for me. And she's like, what? He's like, well, you don't want me here, and I was just going to go. Suzanne's like, no. Why don't you stay? I'm down on one knee.
Oh,
You're welcome.
that was beautiful.
So they eat, they dance. Suzanne learned to dance a cotillion. But she never danced with any of her boyfriends because they all have these lame excuses because they're lame.
Yeah, they're all in wheelchairs.
Yeah. Anthony learned from T. Tommy Reed.
Oh, come on, T. Tommy. Twinkle Toe Tommy. I know, girl. We ain't gonna get all that. We know what we know and we know what we think, but we ain't gonna talk about it.
So it's after dinner. They're on the doorstep, Anthony and Suzanne. They had fun. Suzanne has a moment where she opens up and she's like, I think that I get along with you the best because you don't try to change me. And he's like, I learned that you can't be changed, that you won't change, so why try? And Suzanne's like, Anthony, you're my best friend. Thank you, Miss Daisy. Anthony says goodnight. Suzanne takes a step back, and Anthony reaches for her, and they both fall down.
So good.
Suzanne's like, I thought you were going to kiss me. And he's like, no. And you ripped my jacket and my arm's broken, all this kind of stuff. So Suzanne drags him in the house to fix Consuela's going to fix the jacket. He's going to put on a robe. She's going to fix his arm. Everything's going to be fine. She grabs him by the scruff of the shirt and drags him in.
So good.
So girl, it's the next day at Sugar Baker's.
Okay.
And Suzanne's like, we are just employer and employee to the girls because they're all like, Anthony's acting a little weird, and Suzanne was very late, and Anthony comes in and goes, hi, Suzanne, and Suzanne's, hi, Anthony, and they look at each other, they go to the back room, talk about the watch that was in her bedside table, and all of this stuff, and the underwear are starched, and they act like they have a secret, and they go behind closed doors. Do 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 do. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Did you find yourself a Miss Georgia World?
Yes, contestant number 4, Anthony Bouvier, and his construction realness tens across the board. Everyone tens across
the board.
Talent? You call this talent? Yes.
I mean,
You own everything.
Is there any other choice, Maim? Is there any other choice?
My runner-up was my favorite part of the whole show, though. I'm going to have to include her. The lady doing the announcing, her delivery for those it was spot on.
So, Maim,
and I giggled a lot.
Maim, did you enjoy this episode?
Oh yeah, like I said, this isn't like my top 5 ever.
This is a let's let Delta Burke and Meshack Taylor
just have fun.
Have fun. Let's not make fun of Delta Burke. Delta Burke looked great in this episode. Like, she looked happy.
Even in her disheveled look, she looked good.
Disheveled look, like, this is the best she's looked. Girl, get that Emmy nomination this season. Like, do what you got to do. Yes, queen.
I was into it. I loved it.
Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell our dear listeners?
Oh yeah, that stuff. If I can remember it all.
Where they can find you. Where they? Oh, we breezed through this one. We breezed through this one, man. It
was a straight episode. There was no back and forth
straight. We ain't been.
Well, there was no jump. There was no subplot here at all.
No subplot. Watch our dear listeners where they can find you.
Thanks, dear listeners. Hi, it's me, Auntie Maim. You can find me on social medias at Auntie Maims with an S. You can find me hosting the Amazing Colossal Karaoke Show on Thursday nights at Killer Idol. You can find me performing with the Villain Theater in Miami. And you can find me doing commentary on the It's Happening Out show online. All of those things can be found at I'mYourAuntieMaim.com. How about you, Mims?
Hey, y'all. I'm the Divine Miss Mims. You can find me online at DivineMissMims.com. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Did you know we have Patreon?
What?
That's right, dear listener. Go to Patreon.com. Remember, Mims and Maim, you can throw somebody. Hey, Maim.
Yeah.
Did you know that we have another podcast?
What?
That's right, dear listeners. We have You Slay Me, our Murder She Wrote podcast, and Over the Moon, a moonlighting podcast, which will be starting the next couple weeks. Hey, Maim.
Yeah?
Did you know that we have merchandise?
What?
That's right. If you go to MimsMaim.com, you can buy something. Hey, Maim.
Yes?
Do you know what I love?
5-star reviews.
That's right, dear listeners. I love 5-star reviews. They mean a lot to me.
It will mean a lot if you actually sent them in.
You know what? Let's not be rude to the dear listeners.
I wasn't being rude. I was being serious.
Oh. No,
it doesn't help us if we're in your brain and you don't put them onto an actual format so that we can read them. I'm sure you think about them at night when you are sleeping in your bed and you have those thoughts when you're listening to our voices.
Maim.
Yes.
Did you know that you can reach out to us?
Ooh, and touch us?
No, Maim. No, I do not consent. I do not consent.
I mean, I
do not consent. No, you do not. You should never consent to people touching you as a drag queen, because then it's a slippery fucking slope.
Oh, what if I'm not in drag?
Girl, you're a prude.
Shut up.
Hey, Maim.
Yes.
Maim.
Yes.
Maim.
Yes.
Did you know they can reach out to us?
I did not know that.
That's right. You can send us an email at mimsandmaim@gmail.com or send us a text message at 704-380-0618. Hey, Maim.
Mm-hmm.
Maim.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have anything else to add?
No.
Then why don't you just say goodnight, Maim?
Good night, Maim.
Bye, y'all.